think it's about time I showed y'all my secret weapon. For training programs, meal plans, and coaching, make sure you check out khbfitnessandtraining.com. What's going on, my fitness seekers all over the world? Kelvin's Health, Physical Fitness, and Training, back with another video for you, where I cover everything fitness. Fitness-related videos, reactions, and everything. I couldn't do this without you guys, so I like to make videos when my subscribers come to me and say, hey, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do this. We're curious about what you do to keep your routine up. I actually have a comment from one of my subscribers that wanted to ask a question to me. I hope I'm saying his name right, but this is from Erdic Design with a Z. And here he says, you become one of my new fitness inspirations. Appreciate that, man. I really do. I try hard over here. What bands and accessories do you suggest? Also, did you get lean and built with just bands alone? And I touched on this one too. I do have training outside of bands, but I also have been training only with bands exclusively for the last 3 years, almost 4 years, as the year starts to turn over. If you know anything about muscle, if you're not able to keep up the same stimulus, even though it is easier to keep muscle, gaining new muscle is twice as hard. And I have gained new muscle, and I've also gotten leaner in the midst of that, showing the differences of such. And I'm gonna touch on that in a later video for you. But in this video, I wanna bring you all the equipment that I use to keep these gains going. I wanna bring you more steady educational content, not just the flashy stuff and the reactions. I wanna make sure I'm keeping the base of my subscribers because I wanna make it entertaining and educational for you guys at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the things that I use. But before I do, go ahead and do me a favor, because you know what I want. You know what I want. Go ahead and hit that like, comment, subscribe, and let's get on into it. I know everybody's wondering, what is this hoodie about? It is freezing in Florida now. Freezing to us is like anything below 60. They say 70, but anything below 60 is freezing to us. So first off, as you know, what helped me leave the gym in the first place was the bands. Bands were a big thing for me because it really revolutionized what I was doing. It kept me from lugging around a bunch of weights. It kept me from telling a client they need this and that for us to train, even though I did calisthenics as well. It did a lot to help. So bands, that's the number one thing. Second's gonna be the hook handles. Now, you've probably seen this in quite a few of my videos. They really help because unlike the tube ones that actually have the handles that come with them, just like the handles would when it comes to weights, really good on the grip, and they don't tear your hands up like the bands would by themselves. Like your grip would go a lot quicker without these guys. And I noticed when I switched from the regular, just doing it without these, switched to these, and I was able to get more quality because I wasn't worried about my grip so much as I was the actual muscle that I need to place it on. Next would be the anchors. Now, whether it's under sun or not, a good anchor is what you need. You just want to make sure that you're getting quality at the end of the day, testing them out, making sure there's no rips or any tears in them. To test them out, make sure they're not just compromised on you, and you'll be good. But the anchors is going to bring a whole nother thing to it because now you got variable resistance. You don't have to just be picking up a weight. You can bring it this way, anchor in here through a door. If you got some anchors, you got variety in your workouts for sure. Next up, we got wrist wraps. Now these are rip tones here that I'm using, but wrist wraps in general can help with some of those heavy pulls. Like I do a lot of deadlifting and really heavy pulls, and sometimes your grip, as I said before, gives out before that does. So you want to really make sure you're concentrating on something like this, putting these on, strapping them in. This item here, like so, just for the video, and you can tighten it up. And as you tighten it up, it'll make for a good pull. So if you're doing any kind of pulling motions, deadlifts, anything of that nature, you're good to go. So wrist wraps are definitely good for that fashion. Next up would be a good pair of gloves. Now, see, as you can see, when it comes to these gloves, they got the nice little ridges in them. They don't tear easy. That's another good thing. And the handles, as I go through before, help out a lot to reserve your gloves. Now, if you don't have handles, you can still get a good workout in without the handles. And I like to keep my hands silky smooth when it comes to my lady. What do you say? I don't want to be tearing up her back as I'm giving her a massage or anything. So next will be these straps here. Now these straps are good in general for everything. Wrapping around a tree, you can put them within each other just like so. And as you put them within each other, you can wrap them around a tree, wrap them around a big pole. And what it does is it allows you to get that put the bands to and through, and then you don't have to tie the bands. You can actually loop them right through and get the same exercise with a lower band. That's something that I came up with when it came to the creativity of these. But these help when I'm doing all kinds of crazy movements, no matter where I go. These things are a lifesaver. Now, these are made to tow cars. That's how strong they are. You can't pull these apart. I don't care how strong you think you are. You're not going to be able to pull these things apart, man. They're so well thread, and they help with everything. Some of the best investments. You get like 10 of these off of Amazon for like $9. Best thing ever. Next thing, platform board. Now this is from Fit Militia. A little pricier when it comes to the board, but really good board in general. Has loops that you can go through, put different ones through. I use it a lot, as you know, when it comes to my squats, and you've seen quite a few videos on me doing squats. This really helps with the leg game. Most people have work their upper body more than anything, and they don't really concentrate on their legs like that. But me, I'm big on having an X frame. I like to have the legs filled out along with the upper body. So it's very important to get something. This keeps the bands from folding under your feet. And you can check this video out here. I made a whole video about the Fit Militia band and how it's beneficial. And man, I'm telling you, this is probably one of the best investments I made when it came to building legs outside of like a barbell. This board, lifesaver when it comes to being outside the gym and being independent of all the stuff inside the gym. Last but not least, little watch here, my handy dandy watch. So I said, well, y'all can see that. What I do is I put a little timer on here, sometimes depending on what I'm doing when it comes to repetitions. Like sometimes I'll do like static holds for 30 seconds, which is where I'm getting all the tension I can and whatever muscle I'm working for 30 seconds. After the timer goes off, I drop it, and then I'll try to get about 20 to 20. Yeah, maybe 20 if I can get there. But typically I range around 12 to 15 reps. That really helps me out when it comes to tiring out the muscle without needing a whole bunch of resistance. It saves me a lot of times because it helps me keep up with my workout as well. And I'm also clocking steps as I'm doing it. So that's pretty dope too. And so that is everything that I use when it comes to being outside the gym. And it all fits within this bag here. Like this bag fits everything that I just showed you, except for the board. The board, I got one in the car, but it's just made. Some of my clients got them too, but whenever I'm going out, I pull it right out the trunk, as you've seen on some videos, and I get to work, man. That's it. And once you can do that, you can be independent from the gym because you don't need it like people think you do. I just want to show you guys everything that I do to keep making these gains, and people are still impressed. After leaving the gym 6 years ago, like I said, I transitioned from weights 3 years ago, almost 4, to resistance bands, and still making gains, still showing the proof in the pudding. And that's what it's all about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know below what you want me to cover next. As I said before, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. I'll be back with more frequency on these and just knocking them out, man. That's what I'm trying to do for you. I love the shorts, but I want to make long form content for you as well. As I always say, it's not where you train, it's how you train. You guys stay focused. Don't let anything come between you and your goals. It's you versus the world on that. I'll talk to you guys soon.